Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of my 52MG replica update, number 40. The body had to come up. That vent I had for the cooling of the engine just wasn't not going to work. The 6-inch vent went down. It got crushed when it went down, and I couldn't have it because I couldn't trust that it was going to keep it cool. So Chucky was over helping me finish up the bodywork and get it ready to be painted. And I asked him to take a look at it and give me his thoughts on it. Well, he said, well, why don't you come off it with 2 3-inch pieces instead of a 6-inch? And he figured it up, and the volume was going to be just about the same as a 6-inch. We got 2 3s, and he figured, I don't know how he figured it, but he figured it up, and the volume of airflow would be the same as 2 3s and a 6. So the more I got thinking, as well, okay, I could try that, and then he said, it would be better if you do 2 4s. And I only had 5 inches of depth to work with. So I bought a piece of pipe, stove pipe, put it together, cut it. I cut it before I put it together to be 5 or 5.5 inches. I forgot. And I cut 2 spots in it, put 2 4-inch starters in it, came off of both sides and down. And this is what I've got. Right there. That is 5 inches in length from there to there. And I knew it was going to go on there approximately 1 inch. So that's back about 1 inch, and that is almost to the edge of there. So that's what I came up with. 2 4-inch pipes going down. One of them exiting there. And the other exiting on the other side. You can see it goes down there, and that exits on the other side. Just like that. I had to pull the body up in order to do this. And as I'm looking at these mounts right here that mount right down onto there, that's threaded. I thought I had to run a bolt all the way down through and put a nut on the bottom. No. This is threaded down here, so a 3/8 bolt will thread into that. So I got one there, and I got 1 or 2 on the other side. So the body is pretty much all set. I did a little more wiring back here to clean this up. These wires were all over by the muffler and hanging down, and they were going to melt, and I was going to have trouble, so I fixed that up a little bit there and put some wire loom on it. I got to tie that one up. That one's got to be tied up. What else I have to do now is down in there, there's that white piece underneath the dimmer switch there. That's where that concrete is sitting on. Well, that's holding the body up a little bit. So I've got to cut that off so I can set the body down on there further. Steering column. Let's go over that real quick. These mounts that I bought were 3/4. The shaft is 7/8. I was flopping around in here. So I bought 2 bushings, 7/8 to 3/4. They slid inside of there. I put them back on there, both that one and that one. And it's good and sturdy now. Up here, there was a half donut type thing holding this shaft, up against the steering column. So what we came up with is that right there is a coupler. the inside part of that is, the heck is that? That's another coupler, I think. Actually, no. This is that's what we bought. And Chucky took that home. He cut it there so that it would slide over that shaft. And then he cut the other piece that would go inside of there to fit over the shaft, but fit inside of here. And then I glued that and slid the other piece in there after it was over the shaft and slid it in the steering column, nice and tight. Bing, bang, wada bing, bang. Put a screw in it right there to hold this here. No movement, nice and tight. Let's go to the steering wheel. This is a Grant steering wheel, Signature Series 13-inch. That piece right there has got 3 holes in it. It bolts up to this Grant kit right here. Just a minute, relax, I'm getting there. Bolts up to that. The 3 kit bolts up to that. That's got the splines on the inside. Slides over the shaft. The nut goes over all of it. This is kit 3565. That goes over top of that, which in return goes over top the steering column, tidies everything up nice and clean. I'll show you. Slides over that nice and clean, okay? That's how that works. Now, my problem is the kit, those bolts right there interfere with that cap. So I can't put that on. I had to buy a GT adapter. What that does, with that on there like that, the GT adapter bolts to this and then goes up to the 5 holes on the steering wheel. And then there's a plate that goes over that with a spring, and the nut goes on there, and that's how the horn button attaches to there. So I'm waiting. I ordered that today. That'll be coming, I don't know, a week or so, maybe. And that piece right there is what the horn button, see there's indentations in there. That goes in and turns and it locks it on to this. Just like that. And that's what the horn button is going to be like. But I don't need the horn because I have toggle switches for that. Horn buttons on the dash. I know it's a lot to grasp in the short of time that I have, but it's 7:45 right now, and I'm getting a little bit tired. I wanted to get the body back down on it today, but I think I'm going to finish that tomorrow. I'll cut that piece of plastic and drop that body back down on there. And got a little bit of body work to do yet. A little bit of sand in here on this front fender. As you remember, that's where the fiberglass was stuck out. And Chucky put Bondo on it and feathered it so you could never tell. Same with back here. There was a piece that was fixed, and you can never tell that there's fiberglass in there. What else? That's it. The seat belts. I ordered seat belts for it. However, they were only 48 or 47 inches long or something, and I had to order 58 inches long, and they're here today someplace, probably on the front porch. So that's going to be it for today's edition of my 52MG replica update number 40. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button either down there, up there. I don't know where it is. I don't even know. And hit the like button and throw me a comment. Tell me what you think. Did we go over the seats? I don't remember. The seats are in. Yeah, I think I did. Last video, I think I went over them. I think I'm going to bend the clutch pedal out a little bit away from the brake pedal because there's not a whole lot of room for my feet. I got fat feet too, besides the belly. And I've got to get a shifting boot. All right, that's it. I went over everything today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe and like button, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out with me in the garage.